All right, so welcome to the live session. I suspect we might have a few people passing through that'll just hop on. In the meantime, hey, if you're in Perth, how do you like this weather? We're back to the rain again. I managed just to get the dogs in for a walk in the rain, but before it started really coming down. So yeah, we're talking about toilet training today. So on the topic of wetness and water, we got a little bit soggy, but not too bad. We went down to the river. We did not go in the river. It was very, very full. So look, what I wanted to talk today about is just finding out from people. If you want to post a comment, you can put that in the chat box there, and I will respond. But if you've got toilet training issues, or particularly if you've got a scenario that'll fit in here, just type something in and I will reply. So toilet training tip number 1, and this goes for so much naughty dog stuff when you first bring a dog or a puppy home. Toilet training tip number 1 is make sure that it's impossible. If it's impossible, it can't happen. And sometimes it's not completely impossible, but it's unlikely. So we're basically using the old prevention is an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure in the old language. So what you're aiming to do is prevent your puppy from making a mistake and going to the toilet in the wrong place, because they haven't got a clue. Also, their brain and their bladder, they're barely connected at this point. When they're little baby puppies, they don't know they have to pee until they're already doing it. So they don't have much warning in some cases. They will get better as they get older. It's just a function of maturity. But in the meantime, expect them to need to go quite suddenly. So the big thing here is to try and figure out how you can stop that from ending up being a puddle on your carpet. So here are a couple of common things that are really useful for if you're going to try and prevent your puppy from going in the wrong place. Number 1, my all-time favorite is a puppy playpen. So you're going to set up a little fenced area within your living space. And this is where your puppy is going to be if you can't be 100% paying attention to them when you're up during the day. Now, if you're going to be out at work, having some sort of a play area that is okay to pee in is hugely beneficial. Don't let a new puppy have the run of your house. That is just going to shoot yourself in the foot, because they'll learn that peeing on the carpet is just what you do. They'll have lots of experience of peeing on the carpet or behind the couch or all sorts of unusual places. We just don't want them to do that. So if they've never done it before and they land at between 6 to 8 months, and they find themselves loose in that area, they've been through there before, they've been in that part of the house, but they have never peed there before, they're going to go back to their usual spot. So just prevention is absolutely massive. So playpens. So exercise pens, otherwise known as X-Pens, are really simple you could buy them online or at your local pet shop. If you have a little crate that you put your puppy in overnight, they like to go to bed in their little crate. You can actually use a giant-sized crate, which might actually be perfect size when they're older. For those who like to climb or who will push an exercise pen, put them into an oversized dog crate as their playpen. So you can have your toilet spot at one end, and you can have your bed at the other end, and you can have toys in there. So and if you're going to be leaving them for a period of time, you'll have some sort of a water container that's not able to be knocked over. Speaking of prevention. The other tool that I absolutely love for preventing accidents is your timer. If you've got one on the oven or if you've got one on your phone, just set that during the day when you're awake for every X number of minutes. and take your puppy out when it goes off. Take them outside so that you can reward them for going outside, let them bounce around outside, and then bring them in when they're empty. So, yeah, thanks, Yvonne. Nice to hear from you. So, yeah, it's just a matter of trying to think ahead before it happens, before the accident happens, to try and make sure that you've set something up for that. All right, so other scenarios that this might actually work for is bedtime. What you want to do is make sure that you've taken your puppy outside, they've had a really good bounce around. That tends to get things moving. So if they haven't already gone to the toilet before bedtime, get them outside and get them moving. So get them to run around. Before you bring them in, it's often a good idea to have a little boring time, because while they're running around, they are distracted and they don't notice that they're full. If you have a little bit of boring time before you bring them in, just let them calm down a bit. Often they will start sniffing and circling. So that's a real pro tip. Don't have them hairing around the backyard and bring them straight in. Let them settle down first. Otherwise they come in and they pee. So that's your number one tip for toilet training, is just plan ahead. Have a few things in place so that you are able to get your puppy not to pee where you don't want them to. And Bruce is just asking about my puppy classes. They are in Belmont. So Belmont's on Saturday mornings. And if you just go to dogtraininghelp.com.au, the details are on there, or just give me a ring. If I haven't got any more questions, or if you've got like a particular situation where you're trying to toilet train your puppy and you're not sure how to prevent problems, just get in touch with me, and I'm happy to discuss that online. I will be hanging out on Facebook for the next 15 minutes or so. If you want to catch me over there, I will see you on there. Otherwise, just give me a ring and I'll answer the phone. So thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you again tomorrow when I'm going to be posting my next tip. Okay, I'll see you guys around.